going on, guys? Today we're just making a video of discussing what my plans are for the channel this year, what the plan for the boat's going to be this year, and explain a little more about what I'm going to do with the boat. So let's get started with that. Let's start with the boat. Right now I've got the front wall and the wall under the seats right here. Got all the carpet sanded off, all the glue sanded off, got it cleaned with vinegar, and I sprayed it with self-etching primer. And then I used Krylon Fusion all-in-one paint. Here, I'll show you. We used the Rust-Oleum self-etching primer. Let that cure for about 30 minutes or so. Then I wet sanded it, just to give it a little rough edge. And I used this Krylon Fusion gloss black to go over it with. I let it set up for about 2 days, and it's pretty durable. It's nice and slick, smooth, looks good. It doesn't have to be a show boat. It's going to be for fishing, so it's nothing pretty, nothing perfect. And then we've got this 3/4 inch ply form. I know, it's not marine grade, 3/4 inch, so it's going to be heavy, but honestly, I don't really care. It's a fishing boat, and it's aluminum hull, so if a year down the road, 2 years down the road, 6 months down the road, the plywood floor rots out, I've got a whole stack of plywood here that I can replace it with. Now, I've coated it with oil-based paint. I sealed the bottom with epoxy resin, and on top I put some Total Tread non-skid paint. I tinted it with a little bit of blue to give it this kind of like aqua color. Here, I'll show you the aqua color I'm talking about. This is the aqua color right here. The floor and the front deck is going to be in that color. I got the floor being that color, the front deck's going to be that color. Up here on these seats, it's probably going to be that color. The console where the steering goes, I pretty much decided I'm going to stay with the steering console. I'm going to paint that console to match this color. There's going to be a couple little surprises on this boat that I'm not going to tell anybody about right now. But I've got some stuff in the works for it. I got blue LEDs I'm going to put all through it, and all the hatches. It's going to have LED lights in it, so when I flip a switch on, you can see inside the hatches to get tackle and anything you need out of it. The back deck's not really going to change much. I'm putting new hatches on it. I'm going to probably put blue paint up here also, non-skid paint. This side over here, that side over there, I'm thinking about putting a live well in, a bigger live well, because I'm sitting on a live well right now, but it's not very big. More like a bait tank than anything. And then over here, I'm going to gut that foam out right there. I'm going to put 3 tubes in it, 3 golf tubes. That way I have some rod storage in this boat. It's going to be off to that side because the steering console's on this side. You're going to be able to store 3 rods over there. You're going to have, I'll gut that foam on that side, put a hatch over there for the trolling motor batteries. Got the hatch in the front there. Then you're going to have a hatch under each seat. This hatch right here, this is where I'm putting a lawnmower battery or a small lithium battery, whatever I can afford. And it's going to have all of my electronics in here for all of my lights. Got my fuse block here already. Everything that runs to this console other than the starter battery is going to be on this little battery, because all the lighting in this boat is LED. LED doesn't draw much power, so that's why I'm going with LED and a small battery. Save for weight, putting battery up front for the trolling motor, a battery in the back for the starting motor. And that's all the batteries this boat's going to have. 2 Group 24s, maybe Group 27s, and smaller. Lawnmower battery, smaller lithium battery, maybe even Powerwheels battery, who knows. I want to put shallow water anchor systems on here. I don't know if I want to buy a set of power poles to put on it, because it's kind of pricey, but I'm going to build my own. If I build my own power poles, I'll take a video of it and I'll post it. Now, as far as the channel goes, with this being 2022, a new year, the first full year of me doing this YouTube thing, I'm planning on doing a little more traveling, other than work travel, and doing a lot more fishing this year. We're talking about going down to Ocala, do some fishing. We're going to go to the Chattahoochee, over by Tallahassee, do some fishing. Might ride back out to Jacksonville, do some fishing in Jacksonville. We're going to do a lot of fishing around here around the house. Might run to Lake Eufaula, do some fishing in Lake Eufaula for some big bass. I want to go back down to South Florida, somewhere around Crystal River or somewhere, and try to catch a snook still. I'm still on that snook kick. Want to catch this snook, so expect that sometime next year. Me and the brother-in-law are talking about going down to Key West for a weekend or so and do some fishing down there. I know in June I'm going to my brother-in-law's wedding in Pennsylvania, so I'm going to stop in Pennsylvania while I'm up there and do some fishing while I'm up there. Hopefully there's some decent weather for me to go fishing. I still have not come up with a name for this boat, so if you would, and come up with some names, just drop them down in the comments section, and we'll take a vote on them, and we'll name this boat. So I really need to come up with a name for this boat. The last one was called Project John Skiff, but I gave that to my brother-in-law, so we can't use that name anymore. I am planning on putting flip pods on it, because I do want to fish really shallow water. It's got a jack plate on it, but it's a manual jack plate. I want to get me an electric jack plate, electric tilt and trim. And who knows, if I decide to keep this boat, I might save up some money and repower this with, I don't know, a Honda or a Yamaha. I haven't really decided yet. It's got a 50 horse 2-stroke Mercury on it right now, but I know I'd really like to have a 4-stroke. We do have plans on setting up an online store for the hoodies, the shirts, the skull caps, ball caps. We're going to have ball caps made this year too. I haven't really documented this boat build up to this point, but I'm going to start documenting as I go. Haven't really done a whole lot to this boat, as you've seen. Just pretty much tearing it apart, tearing all the old stuff out, and I've done a little bit for the new stuff, but I haven't really done a whole lot. I ran a little bit of wiring. I've stopped on that. I'm going to make a couple of videos and some wiring. Sorry about the noise. We got neighbors building a house across the street, but I'm going to make a couple of videos on some wiring, how to hook everything up, how to hook up a recirculation pump, live well, LED lights in the hatches with monetary switches. We're going to make some jump seats. I've seen some on Tiny Boat Nation, and they make really good quality products, but I just can't afford it. So I want to make my own version of the jump seats to go here and here. That way they fold down and they're flush with the deck, so it kind of extends the deck a little bit more back here. The deck up front, I haven't decided if I'm going to do a recessed trolling motor pedal yet or not. If I do, then we're not going to have a whole lot of deck space, because the deck is fairly small up front. But I would like to do one, because I think they look really nice and they're very functional. As always, thanks for watching. All your support is what feeds this channel. I don't make a whole lot of money doing this. I don't have a whole lot of time to do this, but I'm hoping over the next year, during 2020, I can have more time to put into this. Because this is what I really enjoy doing. I enjoy fixing boats up. I enjoy fishing. This is just what I really enjoy doing. So I'm going to try and dedicate more time to doing this. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't, hit the subscribe button. Follow the boat build. So as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning into the channel. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. And make sure you have notifications set on. That way you can follow this boat build as we go along.